everybody, let's get going here. This week there was a FIC update. So the Financial Intelligence Centre published a new guidance note, 7A, which offers accountable institutions guidance on compliance with the Risk Management and Compliance Program requirements. That is provided for in Section 42 of the FIC Act. And this guidance note replaced Chapter 4 of Guidance Note 7. It has been updated to provide further guidance to boards of directors, of senior management or other persons or group of persons who exercises the highest level of authority in an accountable institution who must approve the RMCP. So what I would suggest is that everybody who is responsible for that, go have a look at that guidance note. Then over to Lelane.
Yes, so if you look on the FIC's website, you'll find more information about that. And if you're a professional member of the FPI, you would have received my notice via the community last night. So that was hot off the press as at the 13th of February. Now, as you know, normally look at some international trends. So what's happening internationally in the field of financial planning? So we see a trend where more financial planners are going and doing podcasts with their clients. Some are having the guts to do maybe a bit of podcasts, but mostly podcasts. And they interviewed a few international financial planners to say, okay, what do you do when you do your podcast? And a few golden tips that they had was always make sure that you've got a very good quality mic, and then also make sure that the room lends to a podcast. But if you then do podcast, make sure that you use a green screen. But I think the bottom line that they shared with us is, upgrade as you grow in your podcast. We've certainly done that at the FPI as well. Then also an interesting thing that I saw around tech spending trends. You always want to know how much is another financial planning practice actually spending on tech. So the financial advisors are increasingly upping their tech spec in 2025, but many admit that they are not fully utilizing the tools that they already have. According to the Orion Advisor Wealth Tech Survey, 54% of advisors plan to boost their tech investment this year, which is a 19% jump from last year's 48%. The focus with tech, make sure you can personalize the financial advice and efficiency. However, the survey also found that advisors only use about 60% of their tech stack, with 38% aiming to improve on this utilization. A key challenge is integration. We all know about integration. How do you get all these systems to talk to each other, as many tools do not work seamlessly together, leading to inefficiencies. We've seen that experts suggest that firms should focus on rather optimizing existing tools rather than consistently adding new ones. Over to you.
Thank you. Then an interesting case, and not just for our financial advisors who play in the short-term space, but also if you drive a Toyota.
I do.
Yeah, so you do. So listen, Lelane. In response to a significant increase in vehicle thefts and hijackings, and we know that they love targeting models like the Toyota Hilux, the Fortuner and the Corollas, several insurers have implemented stricter security requirements. Now, this is something that not everybody knows, and come to claim stage, you might have issues because or ombudsman case for that matter. Companies such as Santam have now mandated the installation of 2 tracking devices in these high-risk vehicles. Not 2 tracking devices from the same company, 2 different tracking devices.
Yep.
So the rationale behind requiring these tracking devices is to counteract the criminals' advanced techniques such as signal jamming, GPS detection. So make sure that if you are licensed for short-term insurance, or if you drive a Toyota, make sure that you have got that 2 different trackers in there, because as I said, come to claim stage, come to ombud claims, you might have an issue. Make sure that you know what's in the policy document and what your clients have to comply with. I think that's
I only have one, so I'll have a look at that. So this is after my discussion with Advocate John yesterday. I went to go and visit him at the Face Ombuds offices yesterday, and he said that he's got so many cases coming through with regards to these dual tracking system. One of the other trends, maybe high level quickly, is that annuities, where the drawdown rate is much higher than the growth rate. So that's also a focus from the Ombuds office. But then also, in my side, in closing, before I hand back to Trouble, in closing, the Financial Planning Standards Board issued a press release yesterday announcing the CFP growth worldwide. So we've jumped from about 223,000 certified financial planners worldwide to about 231,000 certified financial planners globally. Now that signals about 6,800 increase in the CFP professionals with about a 3.1% growth rate. Now you'll see in the press release that South Africa is specifically mentioned because we are over 5,000 for the first time in the history of the Financial Planning Institute. Thank you for everybody that's helping us to grow the CFP professional community, but also maintaining by renewing your membership. Nikki, in closing.
Yes, in speaking about renewing your membership, keep an eye out for your email to be sent to you early next week, in which we'll highlight all the values or the value proposition and all the benefits you get by being a certified financial planner, just to make sure that you make use of all of that. So just one thing to remind everybody of, next week is budget week. If you haven't planned for it, yes, be prepared. The 20th of February, we will be hosting a free session for anyone who wants to join. Just to update us on what was said on the 19th of February, we are going to use the two Ronalds again. So it's Ronald, our own Ronald Matande, and Ronald King, who will be updating us from different angles, hosted by Stefan de Wet, who is a tax practitioner of high regard. So if you want to come and have a listen, register for it. It is free. Phone your friends. Let them also register for it.
Yeah, so I look forward to us unpacking the budget speech, which is on the 19th, and then the 20th we'll have the session. Fransha, that's a wrap from Double Trouble or Trouble Double. Blessings and happy Valentine's Day. Ciao.
Bye.